Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on YouTube TV and as well as IG live tonight. You are in the 1 minute with the host that pays the most, Jay Works. How you doing, folks? How you doing out there? We got a lot of great news for you tonight and a lot of great topics. I'm here with the sidekick that's in the building. Hello, sidekick.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. Glad to have you on tonight, sidekick. Great venue for us tonight. And the live show is going to be great on both ends, and hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get it started. Start with the news of the news of the day. Several people has been released, several hostages. 9 women and 2 children. Hamas has released them, and several of them are American-born people. So that's great. And a 4-year-old has been released as well. Abigail Eating. She's been held captured allegedly since the 7th of October. Hamas definitely, and freeing her with 11 people, that shows good faith. That shows those talks are working, and that shows things are happening rapidly with this Hamas-Israeli war. In other news today, in sports, it was a full Sunday slate. You know, the Eagles won. The Ravens won. Oh my God, the Falcons won, the Steelers won, the Titans won, the Colts won, the Giants won, the Jacksonville Jaguars won, and the Denver Broncos won, a nice one. And in a thriller at night, Philadelphia beat the Buffalo Bills, a great thriller. So tonight is Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football is tonight. You got Minnesota against Chicago, which is a rivalry. That's a rivalry, division rivalry. And if that's one of your teams, hopefully one of them win tonight. That's the news in sports. And yes, in other news, down in Atlanta, open arguments on the Young Thug trial. Allegedly, the lawyers for Young Thug is called for a mistrial because the DA's trying to put his lyrics, some of his lyrics or some of his music, and saying that whatever he talk about, he means, he's doing. And so forth. Allegedly, Young Thug has a line saying, I pay them lawyers to get me off the killings I do, or in no such words, not the quote. But so the RICO case, you guys, is huge because this same type of RICO case, they held in allegedly Donald Trump. And not in the same instance, not the same charges, but the same RICO statute. Organized crime. They vaguely saying both these guys are gangsters. So if Donald Trump doing exactly the same thing you saying Young Thug doing allegedly in different platforms of organized crime, shouldn't this be shouldn't it be a different process or the same process for both men? That's for us to see, folks. America, I know it's a double standards. Point blank, allegedly. My own opinion. Definitely. That's crazy. Hopefully it all work out for those guys down there. When you're wrong, you're wrong. You're right, you're right. Donald Trump, allegedly, if you're wrong, there's a law for that. You don't break the law. If you're right, leave him alone. Young Thug, if you're right, you shall be proved innocent. But if you're guilty, you're going to be guilty. They're going to try to slay you, allegedly. That's news in the story of the day. Folks, let's get into the topic. A real hot topic today. A real hot topic, folks. Does single-parent mothers do too much for their sons? Wow. That's huge. That's dear to me. I'm going to start off saying it. In some cases, it gets drastic in that. In some cases, I just think a woman just trying to do more extra because a dad's not there or the father figure's not there. Does they teach the sons more than they need to be taught? I think so. And another half is it that same sentiment that you can't teach them? A man needs to teach you. You only can do so much as a woman. Personally, that's how I feel. So, in thought of that, in my case, when I was a child, my mom couldn't do nothing with me. My mom laid the hammer down, laid the belt down, or whatever down. Which that means every time I got in trouble, she kicked my behind. In some instances, I used to think my mom hated me, personally. I used to think that. In some instances, I think my mom loved me. I was definitely confused. And maybe because she was a young parent and she didn't have a handbook. You know? Because we was poor as hell. And being the only boy with 4 girls, it was hard. I had to go out and provide for myself in a lot of instances. Mom just didn't have it. My father just wasn't there. In a lot of instances. And it was, I can remember stories. I get into a fight in the neighborhood. My mother wasn't hearing me come home crying. My mother used to crack me and my motherfucking whatever. Excuse the language. My mom used to, what? You ain't no punk. You ain't no sissy. I don't care who it is. My mom is out there. Sent me right back outside. My toughness came from my mom. Not from my dad. My mother. My mother was epitome to, I'm going to show you and teach you. I don't care who ain't here. You're going to be tough. But in certain instances, you don't need to be tough all the time. You don't need to have that tough love in certain instances. You really need that motherly figure. My mom wasn't having that. I can't remember days that it was a great hug there. It was, it's going to be all right, son. You can cry. No, my mother wasn't having none of that. My mother was really a tough cookie. And do I think today that was too much? Yeah, but it made me who I was. When my dad got custody of me, moved me to Boston, I let all that, whatever, all that jazz, all that let's go, all that smoke from my mama. And Boston was a rougher city, more faster. I got busy the day I got there. As soon as I got in school. My sister had a fight with a bunch of girls. What? Let's go. I'm going to show you how to regulate. And me and all these girls are friends today because who I was then. Because the same way I stood up for my sister, God rest her soul, my older sister, I stood up for those same girls. And one of those girls, really best, we went to 4 or 5 proms. I don't even got to say her name. She know how much I love her. And the other friend, Cape Verdean friend, our kids, our nieces and nephews are friends today. Are friends today like we were in middle school, in elementary. All the people who I'm friends with, I fought in elementary and middle school. And that was from my mom. My mom gave me that, you better not. They put your hands on you, you better make sure they ain't going to do it again. And so to say that, women sometimes go above and beyond for their sons. And they don't got a handbook. Do they hit them the right way? Do they beat them the right way? Hell no. My mom used to go in, feet on the neck, whatever. Choke you out, whatever. Beat you with anything she had in her hand. My mom fist was a monster. But it made me who I am today. Made me who I am today. In that softer side I got in here for women and my daughters, my grandchildren, my granddaughters, friends and women alike, co-workers, constituents, come from my mom. protection. Was some of it right? I'm not going to be the judge of that. But sometimes that father figure needs to be there. Because a mother can be all she can be. Like that commercial says, be all you can be. Now, do all you can do and hope for the best. But a lot of women in the black and brown community ain't letting that go down. Just do what I can do right now. Do what I know how to do. Kick ass and take names later. And you send your son out there. You ain't having his son. And in certain instance, which is heard of, allegedly, mothers go far. They get really possessive with their sons. They get weird with them. How the young folks said today, they weird. Mothers get into their sons' relationships with different girls or women. Some wives think like, hey, your mom too much. To a lot of these men and women that I hear, allegedly. My mom don't even play that with my wife. She cordial with her. My mom don't play that. And at the end of the day, yes, I got to be with this woman. I got to lay down, cook, clean, and sew, nurture with this woman. My mom don't give a crap. I'm her son. And you not going to play my baby. You not going to not fix some food when he needs it. You're not going to not hold my son when he needs it. Because my mom didn't do that. But she wants someone else to do that. Definitely for me. You're not going to downplay my baby because I know he busts his behind for you and them kids. My mom is a monster when it comes to that. And a lot of women are today in this society when it comes to their son. It's a lot of weirdness too. And have I seen that? Yeah, in this society. I know some people that the mother's serious about this son. Too serious, a little weird. On every level. In some instances, they say a son's first love is their mother. A son's soulmate is their mom. I don't beg to differ with it. My mom taught me a lot of things. A lot. Hygiene about women. How women's supposed to dress about women. How women's supposed to smell and not to smell about women. How they supposed to cleanse themselves about women. I learned that from my mama. Real. And that's big. Because with all that my mother taught me about a woman, I can look at a woman today and be like, you ain't right. Your pH balance is off. You get what I'm saying? Well, that don't smell right. I don't want to be around that. So all my years of growing up being a young man or boy to a young man to adult to a middle-aged man, my mom. Couple minutes. Instill that in me. Her son, her baby, her only son. So do mothers do that? Of course. I think a mother's to go above and beyond. Because that's all they know, in my opinion, allegedly. My opinion. Do I think that's a problem? Hell yeah, I do. Because a boy needs a man, needs his father. And is that the mother's fault? Some of it, yeah, and some of it's not. Because you gotta have that prejudgment who you lay down with. You gotta know he full of it and he wants some booty. And he ain't no good. You got to know that, ladies, mothers, because it messes your boys up, your young men up. Them boys who's going to be fathers to their daughter, it's going to be a cycle to that. Or they sons. Yeah. No doubt. And so you say, so where's the boundaries to a mother stopping the aggressiveness and letting her baby fall and bump his head a couple times? Well, it's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of red flags in that. But would you tell a black or brown mother that today? Hell no. You might get your head bust open. You might get that whole conversation. Mind your mother business. Or that's my child. I birthed him. I pushed him out. I carried him 9 months. You might get that conversation. But in hindsight, women are territorial over their son. It's like animals in the jungle. A queen lion with her cubs, unbelievable. It's just like a mother with her sons, unbearable. Unbearable. We can't get 100 women on this table or in this program today to say, I ain't gonna teach my son that. A man need to teach him that. They're all like, if his daddy ain't there, I'm gonna show my baby. From contraceptions, from drinking the water out of a cup, from not doing with the neighbor who her mother was nasty, or her mother had the H on her back, or her daughter's friend. Don't mess with her. Not mine. My mother's favorite word is not mine. My mom's favorite word is, y'all can go mess with them over there. But him, I die and go to hell for. That's the word I get emotional because that's all I know what my mama used to say. I don't remember nothing too much else Elaine said to me. My mama, besides with them words right there, and me and my sisters. If that's where her showing us, I'm going to get this, that, and that, and do this for y'all, and I'll drop somebody for you. That was the way she said it. And folks, some of you may not agree with that. Some of you may not have the wherewithal to know what that meant. But I know what that meant. I'm going to tell you I know what that meant. That meant play with my son. You're going to talk to Jesus. Amen. Amen. As I tell you folks, women are very territorial over their kids. I think especially their sons. And the father is that with his daughters. I'm going to tell you, you put your hand on one of mine. I got several. I don't know what I'm going to do. I do not know what I'm going to do. But I know a lot of folks won't like me after dinner. And I mean that literally and figuratively, however you want to take it. I'm no devil. I'm no predicate or predator. I'm a monster when it comes down to my daughters when you want to play and put your hands on them out of line. And all my daughters can fight. My oldest daughter, what? She ain't even gonna play that. She ain't gonna play with you. She ain't gonna talk to you. You speak that language, she going in your mouth. She got that from her grandmama and her mama and her daddy. She got it bad. My two baby daughters, my older two daughters, that one in Texas, the other one in Boston, the other one in school, the other one working in school, they all go up in your mouth. I promise you. My 20-year-old, soon to be 20-year-old, in high school, just recently, young fella, little half-breed boy, light-skinned. I think he's black and Spanish or black and white. He tells my daughter, I'm going to slap you if you don't mind your business. Now, I don't condone violence. I never have. I never will, because that's not the way to go with children or with yourself. You find yourself in two places, either jail or dead. That's not happening. I don't condone that. And I tell my kids that. Don't start it, finish it. Still, dude slapped me then. He slapped her. Remind you, I got a boxing champion and Golden Goat champion in her class, a couple cousins in her class, her brother's friends in her class, bunch of dudes, street dudes. He slapped Unique. The boxer told me, hey, I was going to knock him out, but Unique knocked him out. Not Unique. Pause that. Olivia knocked him out. Yeah. Literally. So the moral to the story is, my daughters ain't going to play with you. And the opposite of that is, that's coming from a son of a mother who had him for 10 years. And the stepmother was no joke either. My stepmom, what? When it comes to her boys? Murder trial and all. Graduations and all. School programs and all. Graduations and all. Delivery room and all. My stepmom was no joke about her boys. And that's for real. Time will tell everything. You play with a woman's son, something might happen to you. I ain't gonna hold you. Yana. And do mothers get out of line? Do go overboard? I think so. I really do. It's not a chance in the world that a mother felt like my son don't got to do, and I got to be there for him. I birthed him. Honey, don't do my son like that. I done seen women go upside their son's wife, girlfriend, baby mother, friends, whatever, several friends, head, quick. Get violent, quick. It's not even a conversation. When you done did something to their baby, their only son. My mom look at my wife every day sideways and still tell her, I love my daughter-in-law. I love my grandkids. But let me call my mom like, yo, it ain't right over there. Stressed out. My mother on some real cracker-knacky stuff. My mom really on her bull. Trust me. And I give it up. My mom raised me up to the age of 10 years old and didn't have no handbook and still has that effect on my life today. So you go figure, folks. You tell me, do women go too far or they handle their business with their sons before society get them? Before Uncle Sam get them? Before Pee Wee Nut Nut and John get them? That means streets. Before that gun who don't kill people, people kill people with it, get in their son's hand. Or that knife who cut things with, that people cut with. Mother gets on that. Mother gets with that. Or she get down with it. I know a woman in my lifetime. Yeah, my baby, I'm with him. I'm hustling with him. I'm with him. We're going to make that money with mine. I know that for a fact. My mama with everything I'm with. And she going to tell me you're wrong in a lot of situations. My mom would tell me, yo, don't do it like that. She a woman. Yeah. Women will go the extra mile for their son. I don't know none that won't. I know the softest woman. When they come out to their son, what I mean by soft, I mean the prettiest. The most standoutest woman. When it comes down to their son, they roll the sleeves up. They boil the water. What? They get the stick. They get the potash. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Ask somebody who's in their 50s about that. Women feel like he came out of me. Don't play with me about that. And I'm going to end that with those words. He came out of me. Don't play with me about him. And they don't be smiling when they talking about that. And I'm not the one to do 9 months of pregnancy. I'm a man. I'm a punk when it comes to that. Women are the strongest thing in this world to me. I could do a lot of things and say a lot of things and work a lot of things. I ain't no woman. Never gonna be. But when it comes to judging that, I respect that. For my grandmother, my aunties, my wife, my daughters, my female cousins. And then number one, my mother. And my wife. When she ain't on her bull. They serious about their kids, their sons. My wife had a thing with my son here. They don't see eye to eye, but you put your hands on one of them. Boy, it's rooftop. It's rooftop. You can't stop her. She got that sprint, and I'm not going to say what sprint she got. She got it. He got it too. I'm telling you. He got that good sprint. Good. You play with my wife's sons. That 6-foot giant I got up there who's 14. That slinky one that's 21 next week. You play with them and she's going to get bunkers. She's CPAP. ADH-10. Not D. 10. She 370, not 60, 70. My wife turns it up for her sons. And they get busy for her. It is some real shit when a woman just go all out for their boys. It just get crazy. My mom displayed that as a child for me. And other bullshit she displayed. But when it came to that defense mechanism, it ain't no stealth bomber, no pistol, no assault rifle gets down like my mama. For sure, when it comes to me. And that's probably any other woman about their son. Black and brown. Maybe Caucasian too. I don't know, because I'm not Caucasian. But I know a little bit about women about their sons. Every woman, I think, allegedly, gets busy about their son. Put you up under the jail, put you in the dirt. 6 feet under. Period. So, folks, I'm going to end this saying this. I don't know what measures a woman will go to or go through for their son. And it may seem weird to us or you or me, but that's all they know. They never got that handbook. So, respect them women, salute them, and give them all their props. Because remember, most of them are doing it to some pure gentleman and love and soul. And that mother-son bond none of us can break. So America, stay tuned for a lot of this noise coming out of this mouth. In the 1 minute with Jay Works and the sidekick. We are Our America. Make sure you subscribe and like and share on this channel. I love you guys. God bless America.